and a dispute in Burrell Township last night as well. Let's move on to other things. There, across the microphone from me, are the guys from GCES. Clinton Smith, Galen Bargerstock join us in the studio this morning, and it's good to have them with us. Gentlemen, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's good to have you both here with us today. We talk retirement savings with you all the time, and that's why the purpose of the segment, to talk about helping folks get themselves set up for their retirement. But retirement is not as much, well, let's put it this way. Retirement is about the money that you have to live the life that you want to live, but it's also about living that life, isn't it?
Yeah.
And I know, Galen, you have said, and Clinton, you have as well, that that's the main goal, is to set you up for the kind of life that you want to lead. And people have different goals, don't they?
Yeah. The thing is, and this is funny you brought this up, I know that we just come in here and we come in and we don't even talk about what we're going to talk about because we know we can make it through for 15 minutes, but I did want to bring up, and this is right on track with what you're talking about. We just had our 37th episode of our TV show come out, and we talked all about gratitude in it, and being grateful for the things that you have, and being grateful for the good relationships that you have in your life and the things that come to you. And sometimes even being grateful for those things that might seem like a setback or things that are negative in your life. But we look at retirement as a whole. It's not always just about the money. Granted, that is a huge part of it, but really we talk, in our brand and at our company about health, wealth, and happiness. And so we did an episode all about being grateful and talked about how being grateful can improve your life and talked about the statistics and studies around that. But we are more than just the numbers. We want to talk about the mindset and the other things that you have going into it.
Mm-hmm. One of the things about that is getting rid of the stresses that you have as you enter into retirement. It's a scary step, Galen, to say, I'm going to stop going to my job every day and getting my paycheck every 2 weeks, and I'm just going to now enjoy the rest of my life, living it how I want to live it. But all of a sudden, that check coming in, that's a big thing in your life and has been for 35 or 40 years, and it's not there anymore. And those stresses can be overwhelming, can't they?
Yeah, I mean, it's a mixed bag, the emotions that people are going to go through, whether it's going to be excited to retire or fearful. I don't know what I'm going to get into when I'm meeting somebody for the first time, because it really is maybe 50-50 of what people are going to react. Like take Friday, the appointments I had on Friday, I sat down with both gentlemen, one was a family, explained all of their numbers to them. They were thinking about retirement. By the time we were done with the appointment, they were ready to retire.
Oh, yeah.
So it's just those little tiny nuances, or maybe getting a little bit of encouragement from somebody that's a professional that, takes that weight off of your shoulders, makes you actually want to go through with it, because now you understand the numbers, and you were already mentally kind of there, but now you're really there because you know that you can actually afford milk.
Yeah.
The hard part is a lot of people don't really understand everything that they have for retirement. And that's really where we make it a lot easier. With federal employees, we break down everything that it is that they would actually make each month in retirement, because you can look at your pension and it says you're going to make this much every year, and Social Security says you'll make this much every 2 weeks, and then your investments, you have this much in there, and that will actually pay out this much money if you put it into this company. And so Galen will take and put all of those things together with you and your spouse, look at your health insurance and how much you're going to be paying there, and actually go down line by line through your paycheck and figure out which deductions you will be paying for, which ones you aren't. And then, hey, in retirement, you're going to make this much money a month. Let's just say $5,000. I don't know if that's a big number, low number, but he'll say, hey, you're making $5,000 a month right now, and as you're working, you're making this much. And then he looks at the difference, and it's usually higher or lower. It's usually not exactly the same, but that's how people end up actually judging their ability to retire based off of what money they would make in retirement every month versus now.
I had a guy say to me, Galen, the other day, this was on Saturday, as a matter of fact, watching the IUP homecoming parade. He said, I'm almost 65, and I remember getting this too when I was approaching that age. He said, every single day there are 4 or 5 pieces of mail about Medicare. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. He says, I'm about to turn 65. There's that magic number out there of 67, or whatever the magic number happens to be in his mind. He says, I'm paralyzed because I don't know what I'm supposed to do from here.
I guess the best thing I can say to what you just said is the best time to start, if you haven't started, because today is always the best day, would be 60. Start prepping yourself, because right at 59 and a half, that is when most people are allowed to take over their investments. That's when the IRS considers you an adult. So
Finally grown up.
You're grown up. You're finally grown up. And that's really when I can start diving in and figuring out a plan where I can take control. You can roll that over into an IRA that I can handle. And at that point, I'm going to line a person up with what are the next steps. All right, well, we do this now. This is what happens at 65. We get the Medicare. If you still want to work to 67, then we talk about Social Security and triggering that at 67. So it's really a series of events. It's not just you wake up one day, I explain it to you, and it's done. Some people, maybe. But, I really prefer 59 and a half, get that game plan in, because at 67, once you're claiming that standard and you're retired and you think everything's done, well, life is still going to hit you. So we're still going to have those conversations. So that's when it's the roll with the punches type of atmosphere.
And that's when the thing arrives from Social Security. It says, hey, if you wait till you're 70, there's $600 more per month.
Yes.
And you say, well, now I got to wait till I'm 70 because I want to max it out. But I know you've said in the past, that not necessarily so. You don't really have to wait that long.
Not really, but what I do notice is when people can collect at that standard age, which 67, we'll say, and you're working, and now you're collecting your Social Security. Well, now you're making more money than you've ever made before. So I know a lot of people that get addicted to that high income level and want to work until 70. The world's different. I don't know whether it's, people are eating healthier or medical advances, but, people aren't really feeling like they are 65 at 65, and I'm aging with everybody else. So I really don't know. I'm feeling a little bit of the aches and pains, but it seems like when you look back and you see the Golden Girls look really old when I was a kid. And now they're in their late 50s and they don't really look that old.
It's Botox and plastic surgery, Galen.
Well, it's health too, because the conversations I'm having with people, I just talked to somebody and it was like, wow, you're 75 years old now. And she didn't feel like she was 75. I didn't feel like she was 75. It's like we're all aging together. And it's kind of different for me now than when I was younger, because I am having different conversations.
Yeah, Clint, it's interesting the way you said that, because there's a picture on my wall of my grandmother in 1970, and she looked like a very, very older person.
Yeah.
And then I looked and saw that she died. She was 61 years old.
Yeah. Well, I think the same thing, because I'm 41 and I see other people that are 41 and I'm like, wow, you are not aging well. So I hope I'm in that group of people that age well still. You know what I mean? Like
That's
when I'm 70, I want to look like I'm 50. Yeah. Yeah. But there have been studies that people need more money now than ever before going into retirement, because people are living so much longer. Inflation still happens. You still have to try to protect your retirement from inflation. And Galen, and you guys mentioned earlier, there are those stops. There's Medicare. After that, you have RMDs. When we meet with someone, it's almost like we're their financial doctor, if that makes sense. I mean, you kind of meet a doctor, you go to them until they make you mad, right? We kind of do the same thing, where we're going to work with you, but we know what those next steps are. We have all the systems put in place that we know when to contact you, when the next, hey, it's time to do something. We're going to have to do something again. And it's really just, if people answer their phone, they know what's going on. But we set those things up that once you meet with us, you can meet with us at 45. We will handle everything the rest of the way through your life, the whole way to retirement and beyond.
What a thing it is to have that kind of assurance, though, Galen, to know that there's somebody, a pro, who's watching out for you and for your finances, and can see what's coming down the road where you can. You know what's around the bend. Most folks don't when they get toward retirement age. And so we've talked often in the past about when you're in your 20s, it's a great time to start saving for retirement. When you're in your 30s, when you're 40s, every day is the best day to start saving for retirement. But it's different depending upon what age you are.
It is. I mean, and the conversations I have when I sit down daily are all different for me, but it's all still the same standard approach that I take with everybody. We figure out how much money you're spending, because that's important to know. And then when you know how much money you're spending and kind of know where your money's going when you're younger, you might be able to divert a little bit of that money that you're spending. I'm not going to say unwisely, just a different way, Botox and filler. and then just divert that into, you know, a retirement plan and get those savings in. But, you know, later in life is the most important time mentally for people to want to know their retirement because you're here.
Yeah.
And it's always, you might have that plan, but maybe you want to hear it that you have that plan. You know, it's a little bit of reassurance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really important.
Yeah. It's like some people are into it, some people aren't. Some people like stamps, some people don't. Some people want to plan their retirement, some people don't. Some people collect coins. You never know. Whatever floats your boat.
Yeah. And,
Yeah.
and you're right about that retirement thing. Some people are just afraid to even approach the subject.
Yeah.
And they might say to themselves, well, gosh, I just talked to Joe down the street, and Joe down the street has a great retirement plan. I could never do that. Well, he doesn't have to do it. If he deals with GCES, you guys will do it for him.
Yeah.
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 Not a bad plan.
Yeah. What's one thing that you're grateful for?
One thing that I'm
Yeah,
grateful
I'm
for,
turning the tables. I'm asking you a question now. What's one thing that you're grateful for before we wrap up?
my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
Nice. Good.
Yeah.
How about you, Galen?
Today I'm just grateful for the day, getting my tea down, getting it started.
There you
After
go.
here, going for a 3-mile run. I enjoy that a lot. So
There you
happy.
go.
I'm grateful for long sleeves and pants because it was kind of chilly. Amazon said it was 39 degrees this morning, so I decided to put pants and a shirt on to come in here finally. And I'm glad that it's still sunny out.
We're always grateful when you wear your pants in here.
Yeah, yeah.
Clinton, if folks want to know about GCES and how Galen and the rest of the company can set them up for retirement, what should they do?
Just give us a call, 724-915-0000. You can talk to Nancy. She can set you up with an appointment, explain all of the things that you'll need. Our office, we just moved. We're no longer on Philadelphia Street. We're on 43 South 9th Street. So we're 2 doors down from Renda here, right in the heart of Indiana. So we do have a new location. We can do Zoom appointments. You can come to our office. Again, it's 43 South 9th Street. Or we can come out to your home. If you're listening to this, we'll come out to your house and sit down with you and your spouse as well. But it's 724-915-0000.
Seeing a lot of people over there working and getting the place in shape. You liking it?
We've been really busy. There's a parade of people constantly in and out of there. We're under construction almost everywhere in our life right now, but it's coming along really nicely. It's an awesome building. It's going to give us a lot of opportunities. That's something I'm also grateful for.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
I am very grateful, but I also cringe when I see a new uniform walk by because I see to myself, oh, what is that bill for? Who is that?
I thought we were gonna like turn the key and be like, hey, we're here. There's so like inspections, sprinkler agreements, elevator stuff. There's so much. It's like a living, breathing entity over there.
See, you see the joy of the building. He sees the bill.
Yeah. I don't look at numbers.
Thanks, guys. We
Thank you so
appreciate it.
much.
Thank you.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Boomer Sports next.